Competitive advantage. Okay, the importance of competitive advantage. Once a firm has found a potential opportunity in the marketplace and decided that it does fall within the scope of their business, the next step is to consider whether they can establish a competitive advantage. Now, that picture is a good example of the competitive advantage. Which one is going to win there? Well, obviously it's the big guy. Now, what's his advantage over the little guy? He has a lot more weight. Okay, he's got a lot more weight, which will enable him to push over and flatten, in this case, his component. Okay, so he has an advantage over his competitors, and the advantage is his size. Competition has an important bearing on marketing decision making, especially in a competitive environment where it's easy for firms to copy each other. Okay, the example, the first TV manufacturer to market a remote control, that was actually one of the first remote controls that was ever created by Zenith. As you can see, it looks very old. They found that it was not long before other TV manufacturers were copying them and also creating remotes. So it's difficult to offer consumers something special because your competitors are often just going to copy you. For example, as soon as Apple came out with the first touchscreen phone, Samsung the very next year brought out one as well. Okay, consumers will make a buying decision based on a rational decision, right? They'll think about it. It's not just emotional most of the time, it's very rational. They buy a VW Polo rather than a Toyota Yaris for a reason. It might be money, it might be fuel mileage, it might be the style that they like, but there's a reason that they buy the one over the other. People buy from Pick n Pay rather than Checkers for a reason, or ShopRite rather than Pick n Pay for a reason. People travel with British Airways rather than SAA for a reason. It's not just because they feel like it. And this reason is known as competitive advantage. It's the reason people choose certain companies, the advantage that they get. Okay, a competitive advantage is something a firm or a product has that the other competitors don't have. So in this case, you can see the orange has something that the others don't. Well, it's orange and it tastes completely different. It stands out from the rest. It's also known as the unique selling proposition, or the USP. What's unique about our company and our product? Now, a highly competitive environment, firms must offer something special to prospective buyers because there's lots of competition that's all trying to get those customers. Something that no other firm offers. The special reason for buying their product. Come to us because of this, this, and this. This is why we're special. This is why our product is special. And this is the way in which companies differentiate themselves. They make themselves different from their competitors. It's their competitive advantage, what enables them to push over their opponent. Ideally, competitive advantage must be sustainable over time. It mustn't just be something that they can have now. They must be able to have it in the future as well. And it must be based on the features that are important to the customer. It mustn't just be something that customers don't care about. For example, the tire manufacturer might use glossy black rather than dull black. And they might find that customers don't really care if it's glossy black or dull black rubber. So therefore, it's not really a competitive advantage because customers don't really care about it. They might be able to sustain it over a long period of time, but customers don't care, so it won't really work. Let's look at various ways in which a firm can differentiate themselves. Number 1, service quality. Number 2, customer value. Number 3, customer satisfaction. Customer-oriented employees, well-trained employees, employee empowerment and teamwork. Often firms struggle to differentiate themselves from competitors, especially when they enter a market relatively late. For example, ATA, they were very late in the cell phone industry in South Africa, and in fact they are still struggling to differentiate themselves from Vodacom and MTN. What makes them different? Why? Maybe they offer not just they offer cheap rates to landline numbers. That's pretty much all they can offer, isn't it? There we go. Call one Telkom landline number for free with ATA postpaid. Okay, then we have service quality as competitive advantage. Product differences are easy to copy. It's easy to copy a product difference, like Samsung copied Apple with a touch screen. But services are delivered by people, so their quality is intangible. You can't really copy the service that you get from people. And service quality is an excellent way of establishing competitive advantage. Often people will go to a place because they get better service there. Even if the products are a bit more expensive, it's fine. They have a good experience there. Because it's important. It's an important buying consideration for consumers. I'll give you a good example. I went to Builders Warehouse the other day, and I was appalled by the customer service. Most of the employees in that shop did not know which products they had in the store. I asked for certain products, they couldn't find them. Their product knowledge was shocking. So I just don't want to go there anymore. Their prices might be good, but the service is so bad. So now I'd rather go to a different place where the service is better, where at least the employees there know about the products and can give me good advice. Customer value as competitive advantage. Okay, customer value is the ratio of benefits, we've discussed this recently or in a previous video, to the sacrifice necessary to obtain the benefits. It's the positives or benefits versus the negatives or costs. Now the sacrifice includes the price as well as the cost, things like time and energy that it takes to get the product. The customer tries to minimize their sacrifice. They don't want to spend a lot of time and energy on getting the product, for example, and obviously price. They don't want to spend a lot of money. They try to minimize that and then maximize the benefits. They get as much value as possible for what they're giving out. Marketers can help by either lowering the cost, the amount of time, energy, and price the customers need to give, or they can increase the benefits that customers get. This is the way they can increase customer value. Okay, then we have customer satisfaction. Firms make sure they know what their customers want through research. They ask them questions, and then they satisfy those needs that they've determined through the research. They cultivate long-term relationships through sustained customer satisfaction, day after day, week after week. And customer-oriented personnel play a very key role in achieving this. As you can see, that lady is got a smile on her face and she's giving good customer service. It's a very big part in customer satisfaction. Okay, so for a firm to be focused on customers, employees' attitudes and actions must be customer-oriented. You need customer-oriented employees. In the customer's eyes, the employee is the firm. This person that I'm speaking to, this employee, they are the company. The way they treat me is the way this company is treating me. We don't see a difference. Consumers don't see a difference between the employees and the brand. It's the same. If they're wearing the KFC shirt, they are representing KFC. Any person, department, or division that is not customer-oriented will weaken the image of the entire firm. They'll be the weak link in the chain, which will break. Okay, well-trained employees as competitive advantage. Leading marketers will recognize the role of employee training in customer service. For example, all new employees at Disneyland must attend something called Disney University. Okay? and that's where they do special training programs for all Disney staff. And they must first pass the course before they will be able to work for the company. Very good idea, actually, wouldn't you say? Have you ever experienced badly trained employees at any organization? Can you think of any that you've been to where you're just appalled by the service? And another question, are there any companies which you really like to go to because you get good service there? Something to think about. Okay, then we have employee empowerment as competitive advantage. Many marketing-oriented firms are giving employees more authority to solve customers' problems on the spot. Don't you hate it when you go to somewhere and you tell people your problem and then they say, I'm sorry, I can't help you because my manager, or I don't have the authority, or I must first send an email, or I must first phone this one, and then it ends up costing you time. You have to come in again because they can't help you. It's very annoying. And some companies are realizing this, so they're giving ground staff, people that work with the customers, more authority to solve their problems. So they don't still have to go through all these hoops, right, to get permission from management first. It's a quicker response to customers. Employees gains job satisfaction because they feel like they can actually help customers. And they can get more information about the customer's needs and obviously improve customer satisfaction. Okay, teamwork as customer satisfaction. Teamwork involves collaborative efforts, everyone working together to achieve the same objective. Through this, you can enhance performance with people in different areas of the business. And you can practice teamwork with the ultimate goal of delivering superior customer value and satisfaction. If everyone in the business works together as a team, you'll find that it runs smoother and the customer has a better experience. Okay, other elements as competitive advantage, things like cost. Shoprite and PEP focuses on cost. They have the lowest cost goods. Quality, Woolworths and Mercedes-Benz focus on high quality products. Flexibility, taxis offer flexibility over trains and buses. Buses stop at very specific places, trains as well, whereas taxis you can often just tap and they'll drop you off wherever. And other taxis like yellow taxis or Uber taxis will take you to specific places that you want to go. Location, Waterfront offers a very beautiful location at the harbour over other malls like Cavendish or Canal Walk and so forth. And Shell garages offer very convenient, or any garages really offer convenient locations for people to buy a few things from the shop. Also corner cafes are very convenient to go to. Safety, Volvo focuses on safety when it comes to cars. Image, Ray-Ban and Gucci and Prada, they all focus, and Diesel focus on image, right? Product, Doom offers the fastest working insect killer. And then design, Gillette, razors offer best design which curves well with your face. Distribution, Pick n Pay offers a very wide distribution. They have a lot of stores all over the country.